Can't slow down. The field is very slick.
Today's game presented by the Penn State Smeal College of Business. Jake Pinniger will kick it off right to left as we see it. Pinniger 70% on kickoffs this year with touchbacks. Tell you, he's really improved in that area. You look at a couple of years ago, I'm not so sure I would have said 70%, but this year he's been terrific. Kick goes right to left. And he punches at it, end over end, in the end zone, coming out. Goal line, 5, 10, opening, closes, 10-yard line. Keaton Ellis and company swarm him there with K.J. Winston and Zakee Wheatley.
Steve, I talked to Jake Pinniger this week, too. He said he loves doing the kickoffs. He said it's always something that he's wanted to do.
Well, number one, it was a deep high kick to the goal line, or just inside the goal line. And then that coverage team staying in their lane did a great job of getting down with quickness and speed and held that thing right around the 11-yard line.
Jones to the far side, Demas and Jarrett near side, Hemby to the left of Tagovailoa. From the 11, 1st and 10. Sutherland shows blitz, backs up. He is blitzing. Back goes Tagovailoa, throws it incomplete. That's the play to Jarrett. They ran twice for touchdowns here 2 years ago, and it was covered.
Well, again, in man-to-man coverage, trying to go a short crossing route. Just good coverage down. Ellis is there as well. Man-to-man coverage, and no one open on the play. The ball was high. Fortunately for Tagovailoa, they ended up being an incomplete pass.
There you go, two far side, one near side. It's Hemby, first carry. Hemby, they closed it down and taken out by Carter at the 14-yard line. Elston in there as well. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 8.
You're right, both linebackers. You had Tarburton coming off the edge and squeezed it from the outside. Turned upfield, but Carter and Elston both in on the tackle for a short gain.
3rd down, 8, their own 13-yard line. They bring in Durant as the nose tackle. The ends are Isaac and Chop Robinson. Trips to the near side on 3rd and 8, their own 13. Tagovailoa waits, takes it. Here they come. Rolls near side, steps up, down he goes. 5-yard line. Zane Durant, his first career sack.
Well, Zane Durant ends up getting the sack, but Carter coming from the outside. He brings the pressure and forces him back up in the middle. Carter kept his outside arm free just in case the quarterback's going to bounce to the outside, forced it back inside, and right there on the sack was Durant.
So Colton Spangler with his heels just inside the end line will kick it away left to right. Parker Washington waits for it at midfield on the near hash. Here's the snap. Takes it, left foot into it, line drive, Washington takes it at the 44, now to his left, swings it near side, can't break the tackle and goes down at the 45. You say this, good job by Cam Miller that time of saying, you know what, I'm not going to throw a bad block.
It'd have been a 10-yard penalty from the spot right there. Sometimes the best thing you back off on a play. They did it last week. And when Allen made the catch on the backfield and went for like 35 yards, people backed off on it, but illegal block in the back, and they do it right here. And Penn State offensively has great field position in Maryland territory.
16th time this season they've taken over on the plus side of the field. The previous 15, they had 9 touchdowns, 2 field goals. Let's see what they do from the Maryland 47. Clifford. Going to give it a Singleton. Singleton at 45, breaks the tackle, keeps going to the 40, inside the 40 to the 39. He gets 8, nearly 9 in the play. 2nd down and 2.
Well, you talk about running with an attitude. Good block up front by Wormley. He breaks off of that and then breaks tackles and gets an 8-yard run.
Tinsley and Washington far side, near side Lambert Smith, wing right Strange. Motion by Lambert Smith away from us, and they pitch it to him. Blocked by Singleton, 40, and he's taken down for a 1st down at the 37-yard line. That is a pass play, believe it or not.
And good block outside by Singleton, a kick-out block. And after Lambert Smith turns upfield and just barely gets enough for the 1st down.
And State will send Tinsley to the far side, Washington near side. Strange and Johnson on the near side with Clifford under center. 1st and 10, far hash, Maryland 37 going right to left. Singleton to deep back, play action fake. Clifford back, loads it up, long and deep, near side, Washington overshot him at the 5 and incomplete. Fans wanted a flag on Bennett, but that ball was long gone before Bennett hit him. That's actually the right call.
Yeah, he actually ended up getting tangled up right at the goal line, trying to get a big play on this 1st down, deep to Parker Washington. Good coverage downfield in the secondary by Maryland.
So Wallace replaces him in the lineup. Now they got Tinsley near side, Lambert Smith far side. Now they'll bring motion toward us. More motion by Tinsley. 2nd and 10, 37 to Maryland. It's going to be Singleton. To his left, 35, stacked up there at the 34, then thrown back. He gets 3 to bring up a 3rd down and 7. Liam Clifford goes out. Parker Washington comes in.
And the wide receivers are wearing gloves to start today. We discussed that pregame in the Northwestern game. They didn't wear gloves, but right now the rain is just a light drizzle down here on the field.
Yeah, they should be fine with that.
Yeah.
It gets heavier, they're going to have to take them off. Singleton to the left of Clifford. Far side Washington, near side Tinsley with a wing right. Washington in motion toward us. Clifford back, throws, got Strange, 30, 1st down, 25, rolled out of bounds, inside the 25, at the 19, first trip to the Del Grosso Sauce red zone today.
Strange does a great job in man-to-man coverage, breaking to the outside, got separation by 2 or 3 yards on a defensive back, makes the catch, balls out in front of him, turns upfield, and gets a 1st down inside the 20.
Lambert Smith near side, Tinsley and Washington far side. Jack Farhash attacking the north end zone to our left. Singleton is to the right of Clifford, who walks in the line of scrimmage. Whatever he said to the offensive line was brief and to the point. Singleton now to his left. Nick's got it, sweeps right side to the 20, bounces to the 15-yard line. He gets 4 on the play. It's 2nd down and 6.
Boy, just good job of Singleton this time, bouncing to the outside. Good block by Strange on the outside. Effner as well. 2 good kick-out blocks and a good 4-yard gain. Good physical run by Singleton when he turns upfield.
Tinsley and Strange far side. Near side, it's Washington and Johnson. Singleton to the right of Clifford on 2nd and 6 at the Maryland 15, far hash. And attacking the end zone to our left. That's the north end zone. Clifford waits on 2nd and 6 at the 15 of Maryland. Johnson in motion away from us. Takes the snap. It's Singleton. Through the whole 15, to the 10, 5, inside the 5, and down at the 4. 1st and goal, Nittany Lions.
But this is a good job by Clifford. They have a 4-man rush. Then they back off to a 3-man rush. But another guy in the secondary, and they're able to turn upfield. Good blocking right at the point of attack. Number by Scruggs, the center initially, and Singleton finishes that drive run off right inside the 5-yard line.
Pistol this time, Jack, with Singleton right behind Clifford. 2 receivers far side. Clifford on 1st and goal at the 4. It's Singleton, right side, stacked up as he battles to about the 2. It's 2nd down and goal at the 2.
Looking on the play, looked like if Clifford would have kept that football, there was no containment on the outside, not even looking at Clifford at all on the defensive side for Maryland. Singleton tried to get physical and try to get it, maybe gained about a half a yard on the play or yard, but looked like they had a read option that time. Clifford might have been wide open against the outside of Maryland defense.
Quickly out of the huddle. Under center is Clifford. Play action, rolls right, looks in the end zone, fires in the end zone, caught, touchdown, Penn State. Brent Strange.
I'll tell you, Maryland did an outstanding job on this play. And Clifford, trying to get it to the corner of the end zone, turns back and just finds Strange and just gets in the football, and Strange makes an outstanding catch as well.
11th career touchdown catch for Brent Strange. His 5th this season, and Penn State 3rd time this year they've scored on their opening drive. Extra point, put down by Barney Moore. Pinniger up, kick is good. Nittany Lions with the definition of complimentary football. 7-0 with 8:52 to go opening quarter. This is Penn State football from Learfield.
AmeriGas is proud to be the official propane partner of Penn State Athletics. In addition to propane cylinder exchange, we fuel over 60,000 homes and businesses across Pennsylvania.
Brian in 9 plays. All right. Tagovailoa and Maryland 1st and 10. Copeland goes far side with Jarrett and Dupree. One to the near side. Hemby, the running back, to the left. Chop Robinson in at defensive end. Motion toward us by Dupree. Tagovailoa wants to throw. Steps up. Here they come, and he disappears at the 18-yard line. Adisa Isaac.
I'll tell you, Adisa Isaac in that right defensive end position. But again, the quarterback, Tagovailoa, is trying to find someone downfield. Could not. You had to hold the football a little longer. And Isaac, from that right defensive end, collapses the pocket and brings him down.
At the 18-yard line, it's 2nd and 17. 2 left, 2 right. Pistol this time for Tagovailoa with Hemby behind him. Penn State in track stances. Tagovailoa, play action fake. Here it comes. He fires it downfield and incomplete. Almost intercepted by Jay Reed. Good coverage by Dixon. A lot of pressure again.
Yeah, Johnny Dixon on great coverage downfield, but Adisa Isaac again from that right defensive end position puts the pressure on the quarterback in the pocket. Dixon, man-to-man coverage. Got to be careful here. This is a good screen team by Maryland offensively. You may try to get some of the yards back. They've got to get to the 35-yard line.
Belton and Jarrett far side, one to the near side. Penn State brings in Beeman now to go with Adisa Isaac and Chop Robinson. Takes it, back to pass. They run a stunt. Tagovailoa runs out of time, and he dumps it off to one of the offensive linemen. So that's going to be penalty markers all over the place. Penn State, the pressure that they turned up to a new level last week is at an even higher level so far.
Well, so far, they're just dominating here at the line of scrimmage. And also, Tagovailoa cannot find anyone open downfield. Well, you're coming with pressure. You're coming with your safety as well.
Intentional touching of the forward pass. Offense number 66. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. Loss of down. 4th down.
Well, it's a huge defense again coming.
Huge.
You're right about this defense from the Indiana game last week and also Ohio State. They have gotten better and better each week. And the first 2 series here, this Penn State defensive line is dominating Maryland's offensive line. And again, Penn State should be working with half the field after this punt.
Washington awaits the punt at his own 45 near hash. Spangler in the end zone, 3 yards deep. Takes the snap, left foot into it. High, tumbling punt, fair catch. Washington makes the fair catch at his own 47, and that's where the Nittany Lions will put it in play. Today's game presented by the Penn State Smeal College of Business. This is Penn State football from Learfield.
The year was 1919. Barbasol shaving cream was invented by a dreamer named Frank Shields. The world's first modern shave cream, Barbasol.
Penn State with a 7-0 lead over Maryland. They'll start from their own 46 near Ash, going right to left as we see it. Jack, that sequence took 1 minute and 9 seconds before Penn State got the ball back.
Yeah, and right now we're finding out the defensive line from Penn State is able to control the line of scrimmage. Adisa Isaac getting a lot of pressure from that right defensive end position.
Singleton the deep back with 2 tight ends in the backfield. In the full house backfield with Strange and Johnson. Far side Tinsley, near side Washington. Clifford takes it. It'll be Singleton through the whole 50, 45, lowers the shoulder, pulls his way inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. 17 yards on the play and a first down.
Offensive line coming off the football, and Singleton at the end of his run. You talk about finishing off a run into the secondary. Good block by Effner, the right tackle on the play, and Singleton comes off that for the 17 yards.
After had a terrific game last week. Same set, wide out each way. Power eye backfield. Now they pitch it back to Clifford on the flea flicker. Long and deep. Washington at the goal line, incomplete, overshot him. They had it set up.
Well, they worked at it in practice, and it really kind of fell into place right now because Penn State's been able to run the football and trying to get those safeties to kind of cheat up on against the running game. And in play action and a throwback to Clifford, and Parker Washington split the defenders downfield. Just a little bit too much air underneath it from Clifford, and Penn State would have had a big play.
Mega far side, Liam Clifford in motion away from us, leaving Keandre Lambert-Smith alone on the near side on 2nd and 10 at the 39. Clifford back, throws, and off the hands of Singleton and incomplete. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 10 at the Maryland 39.
The ball's right out there. It's good coverage. You wouldn't have gained all that much with Singleton out of the backfield. But he would have got a positive play on that 2nd down throw by Clifford.
And Still was on the coverage that time. Tinsley in the game to the far side. Near side is Washington. And they'll take tight end Johnson near side, and then they'll move Washington to the far side and keep Strange over here. A lot of moving parts. Singleton to the left. Play clock at 2. They snap it. Back goes Clifford. Lot of time. Waits. Lot of time. Looks. Waits for a receiver to come free. Just has to throw it away incomplete. That's just great coverage by Maryland that time. 4th down.
No question about the fact the offensive line, great protection for Clifford. Just no one open downfield. One of the receivers downfield falls down. Also Strange on that right side. Clifford realized there was nothing there. He kind of wasted a great opportunity by the Penn State defense of giving him great field position. Try to go for the bomb on the first play. And after that, Penn State was behind the chains.
Barney Moore will kick it away. It will go right to left as we see it. Takes the snap. Nose down toward the far side, and boy, it's not what they wanted. So, the ball's going to be outside the 20, I believe. There's a break in the action. Today's game presented by the Smeal College of Business. This is Penn State football from Learfield.
New Holland Agriculture is proud to support Penn State athletics. For over 125 years, New Holland has grown from a small Lancaster County company into
to a healthier lifestyle. We are.
7-0 Nittany Lions, 6:51 to go in the quarter, opening quarter. So Abdul Carter's now out there with Kobe King and Dominic DeLuca at linebacker, Jack.
Yeah, you might get a running game here right now with Littleton. That 6 foot, 235-pound running back in the game for Maryland.
And Littleton's to the right of Tagovailoa, trips near side. Littleton to his left, hand in and take it down. Kobe King for another loss back at the 21-yard line. 2nd down and 13.
You know, last week when Elsdon got banged up, Kobe King had a lot more work than he normally does, and I think it really helped him as well. He's there along with Carter, both linebackers across the line of scrimmage, throwing Littleton for a loss on the play.
Vanovers in the game, and then they've got Izzard in the game with Ellies and Tarburton. Littleton again, left side. Carter, ball pops loose and goes out of bounds at the 22. Carter belted him, and the ball came loose, but it went out of bounds.
Well, you talk about a guy coming down the line of scrimmage, Carter just avoiding, he actually ended up hitting him low on the play, and the ball pops out. And fortunately for Maryland, he's near the sideline and went out of bounds on the play.
Dyches goes far side with Jones. It's going to be Demas and Jarrett near side on 3rd and 12, their own 22. Isaac's in there with Durant and Robinson up front. Motion. Tagovailoa goes back. Pressure, delivers. And if he caught it, it doesn't matter. It's at the 27-yard line. It's going to be 4th down. Significantly short of the mark. They'll have to punt it away for the 3rd straight time.
That is just aggressive man-to-man coverage downfield, and that's Jair Brown on the coverage all over the receiver, and another 3 and out for Maryland offensively.
So with 5:16 to go in the opening quarter, 7-0 Penn State. Washington awaits the punt on the far hash at his own 31-yard line. Spangler at left foot, poised to belt one here. Penn State shifting. Snap. Kicks it out of there. Low tumbling punt, fair catch. Washington at his own 36. And that's where the Nittany Lions will put it in play.
Something that bears watching as the game goes on. Maryland was having trouble getting lined up because Penn State was shifting there along that front as they got set to punt.
Well, Singleton got them 6 carries and 41 yards. Washington and Singleton and Tinsley to the near side. And Strange on that far side. And Katron Allen, first reps for him today. With Jack 14th better than 7. They need to punch one in here. Strange in motion toward us, sets up as a fullback. Farash going right to left as we see it with 4:55 to go in the opening quarter. 7-0 Nittany Lions. Clifford takes it. It's going to be Clifford waiting. He'll keep it and go himself. They'll wrap him up at the 38, throw him down there, gets 2 second down and 8.
Well, Clifford tried to go to the short side of the field and get the ball to Strange, but that time Maryland did a good job of coverage that time. Strange was on the outside, but he could not get him to football because of the coverage and forced Clifford to run with the ball and only got about 2 yards on the play.
Washington and Johnson far side, near side, Tinsley and Strange with Allen to the left of Clifford on 2nd and 8, their own 38. Maryland shifting up front with a 3-man front. Clifford looks to the sideline. Now that's what they want. They move Allen to the right. They bring Strange to the line of scrimmage. Clifford, Allen, near side, to the edge, turns the corner to the 40. Stiff arm 45 out of bounds at the 46. That is close and should be a Penn State first down.
Well, and Clifford is doing a lot of movement and formation changing at the line of scrimmage, waiting for Maryland to tell them what they are running. Initially, it's a 4-man rush. They dropped to a 3-man rush, and they ran the football against that with Allen for the first down.
Washington far side, Tinsley near side. Power eye backfield. Allen behind Clifford. First and 10, their own 46 now on the near hash as they go right to left. Clifford waits. Takes the snap. Gives it to Allen. Allen to the 50-yard line where he's tied up there. Meanwhile, Strange absolutely decks Finau in the open field. It's going to be 2nd down and 6. Or should be Scruggs did that. Scruggs. Tinsley of Washington near side. Johnson and Strange tight to the far side with Strange the wing back. Clifford under center with Allen the deep back. Washington in motion away from us. Washington takes the handoff 50, breaks a tackle to the Maryland 46-yard line. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 2.
Well, on defense for Maryland, Allen was lined up about 9 yards deep on that play with Clifford under center and gives the football up to Parker Washington. Parker Washington does a great job of picking his way. Good block by Strange on the outside. I continue to say that because he is just outstanding in open field on blocking on linebackers and defensive backs.
T formation this time on 3rd and 2 at the Maryland 46. 3 in the backfield behind Clifford. Sean looks it over, gets them set, turns, hands off, left side. They stack it up. They're waiting for him at the 44-yard line.
You think he's a little short?
Allen's, I think, about a half-yard shy, Jack. At the 44.5, I think they'll go for it.
Well, we have run that play to that left side many, many times. This time, Maryland did a pretty good job of getting penetration, probably the length of the football. Yeah. It's got to get to the 44-yard line with that ball. They moved it back a little bit. The officials did prior to the 4th down play, but we'll see Clifford under center.
Under center. Boy, they're right up on Scruggs' nose, too. 4th down, about a half yard. Just inside the Maryland 45. Clifford Gives it Singleton right side. First down and more, 40, and there he goes. 20, 15, tag 5. Touchdown, Penn State. Nicholas Singleton, 44 yards.
Anytime you play almost goal line defense out in the field of play, if you get through that first line of defense, there is nobody back there. We end up going to right side. Clifford almost fumbles a football, but he gets an outstanding block by his two tight ends. Strange on a kick-out block. Warren also downfield as well. Those two tight ends open it up for Singleton, and on that short yardage, a lot of time you get through that first line, you bust it for a big play, and Singleton took it for the touchdown.
Penninger's extra point is good. Nicholas Singleton is 9th rushing touchdown of the year. That is a new Penn State freshman record that, by the way, Allen's poised to try and tie, but it's 14-0 Nittany Lions. And Jack, they have had outstanding field position, and they've taken advantage of it twice.
Exactly. I think Penn State, number one, we talked about it starting off slow while the defense got a 3-and-out, got them to football, and they put that one into the end zone. The second series, they got it behind the chains trying to get a big play, but boy, outstanding blocks on that right side for Singleton. And once he gets into his secondary at 220 pounds, he is so explosive and ended up taking it all the way for the touchdown.
7 carries, 86 yards for Nicholas Singleton and a touchdown. And Penn State with a 14-0 lead. And you and I said in the break, 14's better than 7. They've got that so far here in this opening quarter.
Yeah, and also the fact they'll get the football to start the third quarter as well. So all the momentum is on their side. That defense is not allowed a first down yet against that Maryland offense, so they're going to be back on the field very fresh to start the third series for Maryland.
High end over end. Smith waits. He'll take it at the goal line. 5, 10, 15. Hold to the 20 near sideline and bumped out of bounds over the 30 at the 33-yard line. And that's where they'll put it in play, 1st and 10. There is...
There's a flag down.
Flag down.
Yeah.
Offside. Kicking team number 6. The 5-yard penalty will be added to the end of the return.
Yeah.
First down.
This will be great field position for Maryland, getting a good kickoff return, and then tacking on the 5-yard penalty for being offsides on the kickoff. And those are the penalties that James Franklin will go crazy on the sideline. I mean, we practiced that all week long to make sure you're onside going off with the kick. And it looks like right now this will be the best field position that Maryland will have at about the 38-yard line to start their third series.
Charlie Catcher, Tyler Elsdon, and Sutherland, the linebackers. The safeties are Reed and Brown. The corners, Marquise Wilson and Johnny Dixon. Ellies is in at defensive tackle. High snap, Tagovailoa pitches it to the edge and down the near sideline and out to the 50-yard line to the Penn State 49, and a first down will be Colby McDonald.
We end up inside with Marquise Wilson. We've got a lot of backup people in the lineup right now defensively for Penn State and able to get to the outside on a read option for a first down into Penn State territory.
Tonight, Dennis Sutton along with P.J. Mustafer, Adisa Isaac, and Devon Ellies up front. Back he goes, throws to Hemby. Hemby with blockers in front. They blow it up at the line of scrimmage. Brown and Elsdon. Elsdon made the tackle, 2nd and 10 at the Penn State 49.
But Jair Brown does a great job of coming off his block, turning it back inside, turning it back into your help. Your help are your linebacker. Elsdon coming flat down the line of scrimmage, squeezes it for no gain at the 49-yard line.
McDonald replaces Hemby. He's in the lineup at running back. Copeland comes to the near side at wide out on 2nd and 10, Penn State 49. Felton in motion away from us. Back goes Tagovailoa. Here they come. He steps up, gets away, looks downfield, throws it into the Penn State bench. Incomplete. There were a lot of players on the Penn State bench that were wide open. It's 3rd and 10.
This is the only time the quarterback was able to get outside of containment that time. We have our defensive end, Dennis Sutton, and just let him get to the outside, or would have had another sack in the backfield that time. Tagovailoa does a good job of getting outside and avoiding the rush.
7 seconds left in the opening quarter. 14-0 Penn State, 3rd and 10 Maryland. Penn State 49. To near side, Jarrett in motion toward us. Tagovailoa, blitz coming from Brown. Rolls near side, looks, delivers downfield. Incomplete, knocked away by Daquan Hardy. It's going to be 4th down. 2 seconds left in the quarter. Hardy got his hand on it.
Well, Penn State did a great job here again. We have a lot of backup people, rotating a lot of people against that offense of Maryland. So Manny Diaz puts a lot of rotation in their defense, but this Penn State defense comes up with the big play on 3rd down, forces another incomplete. Maryland did kind of flip a little bit of the field position, but Penn State offensively will be back on the field.
Dropped it, picks it up, and gets it away. Penn State had a return on, and they'll just let it hit the 15 to the 10, and then some reverse English back to the 11. Wow. That was a little heart stopper there for Spangler. 14-0 Nittany Lions. Today's game presented by the Penn State Smeal College of Business. This is Penn State football from Learfield.
Why has the Ford F-Series been the best-selling truck for 45 years?
As we see it on the near hash, Tinsley and Lambert Smith far side. Washington will join them, so they'll go trips. With Theo Johnson on the line of scrimmage near side, Katron Allen, the running back. Allen's got it. 2 hands around the ball, and he dives ahead to about the 13, gets 2, 2nd down and 8.
Well, I think the 2 hands are on the ball. I think he kind of remembers the Northwestern game where it rained, inclement weather. The ball's a little bit slick. You only had 1 hand on the football in that game, so you realize you're down deep in your own territory. Hang on to the football and put 2 arms on it.
Lambert Smith near side, Tinsley and Strange far side. And they bring Strange in motion, sets up left wing. 2nd and 8, their own 13. Clifford gives it to Allen in the backfield. He's hemmed in and taken down for a loss back at the 11-yard line. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 10.
Right now, just kind of overplaying the run right now. Penn State been able to rush the football for 107 yards deep in their own territory. They're trying to dig it with their way out with the running game, and give credit to Maryland defensive line and linebackers. 2 running plays netted 0 for Penn State offensively.
Lambert Smith, Washington near side, far side. It's Johnson and Mitchell Tinsley. Tinsley in motion toward us. Allen to the left to Clifford. 3rd and 10, their own 11. Sean takes it back to pass. Steps up, fires, and incomplete for Lambert Smith at the 25. It'll be 4th down.
Ball was hot. Lambert Smith was open. He would have had the first down. Maryland just rushed 3 people, dropped 8 in coverage. So you got to have to find those windows for the quarterback with your wide receivers downfield. Quick 3 and out. You're going to flip field position, and Maryland will get good field position because Penn State was unable to even get a first down on that drive.
Tarib still waits for the punt at his own 45. Barney Moore about 5 yards deep in the end zone, awaiting the snap at Chris Stahl. Gets the snap, takes it, kicks it out of there. High twisting punt, still will let it hit the 40, and it goes out of bounds inside the 40 at the Maryland 36-yard line. That's where the Nittany Lions will put it in play. Today's game presented by the Penn State Smeal College of Business. 14-0 Nittany Lions, 13:31 to go opening half. This is Penn State football from Learfield.
I'm Coach James Franklin.
At Highmark, we're making top-notch healthcare part of your lifestyle, too. Because life, Highmark Blue Shield.
Barney Moore, a 53-yard punt. That's his 11th punt of 50 yards or better. And it's right, Jack, when they needed one.
Yeah, when you're backed up in your own end zone and you have, our offense did not move the football at all. You're trying to flip field position, and you can do it with special teams with your punting. Our punting has been somewhat inconsistent up to this point. We got a big punt there when we needed it.
Up front, it is Beeman, Mustafer, along with Chop Robinson and Tarbird. Linebackers are King, Sutherland, and Carter. Dixon and King are the corners. Safeties are Ellis and Brown. Sweeping near side, Dak for a loss back at the 30-yard line. Akeem Beeman shot the gap. They'll put him down at the 32. It's going to be 2nd down and 14.
Well, that's just confusion in the offensive line. And Beeman, that's his quickness. That's what he does. He gets underneath the offensive lineman and hits that gap, and he ends up making the play with his quickness. 265 pounds, not the biggest guy in the world, but a great twitch, great quickness off the play.
4 tackles for losses for Penn State today. Tight formation, wide out each way. Tagovailoa second and 14, his own 32. Back he goes, pressure immediately. Down he goes at the 21-yard line. Abdul Carter on the blitz.
Abdul Carter is 235 pounds, and he's got such great speed and quickness. Tagovailoa normally gets away from almost any linebacker when he spins out with his quickness to get away from the pass rush up the middle, but not Carter. Carter brought him down. Great anticipation, realizing he had to go to his left to spin out, and made the tackle.
3rd down, 25, their own 21-yard line. Penn State, 3 down linemen. Isaac, Robinson, Zane Durant. Durant has a sack already today. 2 far side, 1 near side. Students loud and disruptive. Tagovailoa rolls right, being chased by Brown. Looks, hit by Isaac, gets away, hit by Brown, and down he goes. He never gave up. Back at the 18-yard line. Jair Brown just tracked him down.
Well, you talk about this Penn State defense and the quickness they have right now. You're right, Isaac, just an arm tackle, could not bring him down, but you have a lot of speed out there, and your safety, Jair Brown, ends up making the play.
A drive that began at the Maryland 36 ends at the Maryland 19.
And his defense right now, they've got a good chance of really flipping field position back into the advantage of the Penn State offense after what the defense did on his final drive.
He kicks it out of there. Washington will back up. Good punt. Hits at the 30-yard line. Now kicks to the near side to the 29, where it's finally down there by Octavian Smith.
But a smart play by Parker.
Yep.
The ball's over his head. He realized he could not track it down, get away from it, and get the football.
Today's game presented by Penn State Smeal College of Business. 11:37 to go, opening half, 14-0 Nittany Lions. This is Penn State football from Learfield.
A rebate with the purchase of 4 select Goodyear tires. Mavis.com.
1st and 10, Penn State their own 28 with a 14-0 lead. 11:37 to go, opening half. Washington and Wallace near side. Allen sweeps far side, breaks a tackle, 25-30, over the 30 and out to the 33 with Juice Scruggs, the center, leading it.
It's very difficult to snap the football. You got to be very athletic offensive lineman out in front like that, leading for the block. Norzad as well out in front. And then Allen does a good job of spin move back inside and getting about 5 or 6 yards on the play.
Washington and Strange far side, Tinsley near side, Allen to the left of Clifford on 2nd down and 5, their own 33. Sean to the line of scrimmage. The other tight end in the game, Theo Johnson. He's on the left. Far side as we see it. Allen shifts to the right. 2nd and 5, their own 33. Clifford takes it. It is Allen. Through the whole 35-40. Far sideline 45-50. Bumped out of bounds by Jacorian Bennett at the 50-yard line. Another 1st down for the Nittany Lions.
Well, going back to the short side of the field that time. But another good block downfield. Sheldon with a good block. Strange with a good block. Going back to the short side of the field. Maryland defense was not ready for it, and Allen breaks into the secondary.
Washington and Strange far side, near side Tinsley. Johnson's the fullback in the backfield with Allen to his left. From midfield, play action, fires over the caught 40-yard line, inside the 40. Parker Washington to the 36, 14 yards of the Penn State 1st down.
And this is what a running game will do for you in the passing game. Great protection for the offensive line for Clifford. Comes back to the short side of the field to Parker Washington, off the play action fake. Maryland, we've been able to run the football. They had to take that fake. Parker Washington wide open.
At the 36 of Maryland, 1st and 10, far hash. Katron Allen with it, right side, lowers the shoulder and goes down at the 31. He gets 5 more. It's 2nd and 5.
Right now, the Penn State offensive line is just doing an outstanding job of getting off the line, getting movement up front, and Allen doing a good job of power running after contact downfield on a good first down run.
9:26 to go opening half, 14-0 Penn State. Second and 5, Maryland 31, wide receiver each way, Washington right, Tinsley left. Go with the power set in the backfield with the two tight ends, Allen in the pistol. Allen bounces to his left, inside the 30 to the 27. He's a yard shy. It's going to be 3rd down and 1.
Good jump cut to the outside that time by Allen. Looked like he was going to go inside, saw a little crease to his left, took that crease with great quickness and got about just short of the first down.
3rd down 1. They do not go with the T formation. They're going to bring Tinsley and Washington near side. Wing right is Strange. They'll go pistol with Allen behind Clifford. On 3rd and 1 at the 27. It's Allen up the middle, and he pounds it down to the 26. Well, they say it's 4th down. They say he didn't make it. I'm surprised.
Linesman on this side put it at the 20, just inside the 27.
Well, we're going to see the T formation now.
Yeah, anytime you just kind of take a little, step to the, not going forward on a short yardage situation like that, you don't have the power you normally have, and Allen could not go forward with it and comes up about the length of the football short.
So now the T formation. Clifford under center. Sean looks it over on 4th down, a half yard. Maryland 26. Right side, breaking a tackle, Singleton to the 20, 15 to the 10, to the 5, battles to the goal line. Touchdown, Penn State. A spectacular run by Nicholas Singleton.
You talk about short yardage defense for Maryland not being good today. Well, Singleton again on a 4th down situation this time. It just continued to break a tackle. Again, a good kick-out block by Strange. And I mean, they're trying to tackle Singleton from the 10-yard line into the goal line. He refused to go down. Good hard running by Singleton and Allen here in the first half against this Maryland football team.
His 3rd 100-yard rushing game of the season. Penninger's extra point good, and that is a big score in this game. It is 21-0 Nittany Lions with 7:46 to go in the opening half. Today's game presented by Penn State Spiel College of Business. This is Penn State football from Learfield.
Nobody protects you from mayhem like Allstate. I'm your game day face paint, and you just rubbed me right into your eye. Now your vision is super irritated.
Line sees that kind of effort out of both Singleton and Allen on every running play. All of a sudden makes you block and hold your blocks a little longer. Also, Strange did a good job on that as well. I mean, Penn State has played a complete football game here with 7:45 left to go in the first half.
Still a lot of work to do. The kickoff will go left to right as we see it. Smith awaits it at the 1-yard line. Penninger drives it high end over end, and that baby's going to sail halfway into the end zone, and Maryland will start at the 25-yard line. Remember now, this final 7:46, couple of elements come into play. One is, if Penn State can continue to play the way they're playing, they'll also get the ball to start the second half because they deferred. Izzard Ellie's the tackles. Isaac Vanover the ends. Elsden, DeLuca, and Catcher the linebackers. Wilson and King are the corners. Reed at one safety. And Brown the other. They'll give it to Hemby, taken down at the 27-yard line by Keziah Izzard, who continues to play at a high level. Gets 2 2nd and 8.
I'll tell you, Keziah Izzard ends up making his tackle. He doesn't make the tackle. There's a couple yards downfield for the running back. Getting off a block, that's a key for a defensive lineman. Coming down the line of scrimmage and making a play.
Two far side, one near side. Motion by Jones away from us. Tunga Viola takes it. It's going to be Hemby again, breaks one tackle over the 30 and gets out to the 33. It's going to be 3rd down and 2. It's what they did last week at Wisconsin when they got in trouble. They just started trying to run the football. Pistol. High snap. Hemby's got it up the middle. 1st down to the 36-yard line. Cut down by Reed in the hole, but it's going to be a 1st down at the 36.
And good reception by Tunglevoa, because I'll tell you what, that snap was high. He ended up can control it. The timing was not there, but Hemby was still able to get that 1st down.
Two left, two right on 1st and 10. Maryland their own 36. Hemby to the right. Motion by Dupree away from us. Tagovailoa again gives it to Hemby through the whole 40, 45. Taken down for a first down at the 48, 49-yard line. They'll say the 48 of Maryland, it's first down.
I'll tell you, at the end of this play, Tagovailoa gets really hit by DeLuca.
Yeah.
And it's a legal hit because you do not know he handed the football off.
Trips far side, wing left. Takes the snap, throws far side on that flanker screen to the 50. Jarrett far sideline 40, where Kim Jarrett slammed out of bounds. A flag is down. I think it's an illegal block on Maryland.
I think it is an illegal block because it was not thrown on the hit with Jarrett getting knocked out of bounds by, I think it ended up being in Jair Brown. The flag was thrown. I think it is against Maryland for illegal block in the back.
I think this play's coming back. It's an impressive.
Penn State's already walking back.
Yeah. Mark Kluzinski, by the way, is our referee today. We'll hear from him in a moment once they're done discussing.
This is good. It slows them down. The tempo is giving Penn State a little trouble there.
Well, I'll tell you, at the end of this play, I'll tell you, Jair Brown from that safety position, he is our leading tackler, and I'll tell you what, he will bring it.
Yeah.
He is
There are 2 fouls on the play. Holding, offense, number 7, 10-yard penalty. After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct. Defense, number 16, 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down. It's number 16's first unsportsmanlike of the game.
Well, I'll tell you, this is a tough call on Jair Brown.
I don't know what he did.
It ends up being an automatic first down inside the 40-yard line.
The 39 of Penn State. Clock now rolling at 6:10. 2 far side, 1 near side. Tagovailoa. Motion toward us by Jarrett. They pitch it to Jarrett. Jarrett wanted to pitch it back. He couldn't. They'd send him deep to the 45 to the 40. He's knocked out of bounds by Kalen King. At the 39, maybe the 38, he got 1 on after all of that. It's 2nd and 9. Jarrett's 2nd carry of the year.
Good job at the end of this play by Kalen King. Chop Robinson had a chance for about a 4 or 5 yard loss on the play.
2nd and 9, Penn State 38. Pistol this time, trips far side. Tagovailoa waits. Hemby to his right. Talia says something to him. Play action fake, waits, loads it up long and deep, far sideline, and incomplete with Reed on the coverage that time. It's going to be 3rd down and 9. Good coverage by Reed.
We're trying to go deep downfield, a takeoff route. Reed looks back to the football, does a good job of looking back. That'd be a perfect throw downfield along the sideline. On man-to-man coverage, Reed does an outstanding job.
Jones, Jarrett, and Dyches to the far side. Near side, Hemby is set up with Demas. Empty backfield for Tagovailoa. Now he brings Hemby back to his left. Penn State loads the box. Back goes Tagovailoa. Pressure. Rolls to his right. Being chased by Carter. Unloads it into the bench and incomplete.
Yeah, Carter does not make the play on Tagovailoa here, but his closing speed is why he had to throw the football out of bounds on that 3rd down play.
They're going to go for it, Jack, which I thought they would.
And they were lucky they got away with a holding there on Robinson coming off the end. He really had his arm up around his shoulder and all the way reaching on the outside.
Yeah, they've got to get to the 29, right to the 29 for this first down.
4th and 9. Trips far side. Hemby to the left of Tagovailoa. Penn State loads the box again. Crowd alive and disruptive. Hemby moves to the right. Tagovailoa trying to communicate. Here comes the blitz. Back he goes. Being chased. Looks. Still being chased. Delivers. Caught short of the mark at the 32-yard line. It's Penn State taking over on downs. Good down and distance defense. Marquise Wilson on the coverage.
Well, he's trying to get outside of containment. He does that. Isaac is coming using that quickness, so he had to get rid of the football. Marquise Wilson on the coverage downfield on Jones and well short of the first down.
They haven't converted. I would look for play action right here. Go deep.
Allen's the running back. Behind Clifford in the pistol, two far side, Washington and Tinsley. Clifford takes it, and it's Allen left side, and Allen pounds it out to the 34-yard line, 2nd and 8. Let's pause 10 seconds for our stations down the line to identify themselves in the Penn State Sports Network from Learfield. Second and 8, their own 34. Johnson and Allen far side. Trips near side with Washington, Tinsley, and Strange. Empty backfield. Clifford on 2nd and 8, their own 34. 21-0 Nittany Lions. 4:36 to go in the opening half. Clifford back. Semi-roll. Throws over the middle for Strange and incomplete. Dante Trader on the coverage that time. It's 3rd and 8.
You know, they're trying to roll out, trying to, show a rollout by Clifford going right and throwing it back to Strange coming across that formation. Actually, Maryland did a pretty good job of man-to-man coverage on Strange. Try to force the football in there out in front of Strange. Went for incomplete pass.
Lambert Smith on the far side with Bennett near him. Trips near side. Allen to the left on 3rd and 8, their own 34. Strange in motion away from us. Sets up right wing. Back to pass. Blitz Cummings. Clifford steps away. Rolls near side. Dumps it off, complete to Strange to the 40, first down 45 to the 50, and they move the chains. A brilliant job by Sean Clifford.
Yeah, Sean Clifford's moving in the pocket this time. He bounces to the outside. There's no containment there, and you got a wide open Strange in that flat, makes the catch, turns upfield, and keeps his drive alive here at the end of the half.
Penn State 49, 1st and 10 near Ash, going left to right as we see it with 4:08 to go in the half. 21-0 Nittany Lions. Tinsley far side, Washington near side. They'll go with the power eye set with Allen the deep back. Clifford takes it, play action fake, steps up, waits, throws downfield. Washington high in the air and off his hands at the 32 and incomplete. Clifford got tagged that time. It's going to be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, he had Tinsley clearing out on that side of the field, and you're bringing Washington all the way across. Washington is not a tall receiver. This ball is high on that deep crossing route, and you're right. Clifford gets hit right when he delivers the football, and too high for Parker Washington to bring it in.
Malik Mega, for the moment, is uncovered to the far side with Washington. Now they find him. Lambert Smith near side, Allen to the right of Clifford, 2nd and 10, their own 49. Flags go down.
False start. Offense number 77. 5-yard penalty. Remains 2nd down.
Sal Warmley, it's going to be 2nd and 15.
Yeah, you want to keep the momentum here right now.
Yes.
Getting a little sloppy here on a false start penalty on Warmley here that moves it back 5 yards. Penn State's got to get to almost to the 41-yard line for the first down. 41-yard line of Maryland.
Lambert Smith, Washington, far side. Mega near side with Johnson. Allen to the right on 2nd and 15, their own 44 near hash. Clifford takes it. They only rush 3. Steps up, delivers, caught 50-yard line by Malik Mega, and taken down there. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 9.
Yeah, you got to realize they're doing a lot of 3-man rush. So 3-man rush, your quarterback's going to have a lot of time to throw the football in the pocket. You're not going to get much pressure. So you got to find those holes in the defense because they're dropping off 8. You got some of his yards back, setting up the 3rd down and 8.
Can you run it against this?
Oh, I without a doubt, they could run a draw here right now with Allen, although he's coming out of the backfield.
Yep. Now he sets up again to the right of Clifford. 3rd and 8, Maryland 49-yard line. Motion toward us by Tinsley. Back goes Clifford. They run a stunt. He steps up, delivers far side. Flag goes down. Tinsley hit at the 45 of Maryland, thrown down there. But a flag is resting back at the 43-yard line.
I think they're going to get a holding call.
It is. It's on Penn State. So
Offense number 66. 10-yard penalty. Repeat 3rd down.
On Drew Shelton with 2:56 left in the half. So now they're going to be faced with a 3rd down and 18 back at their own 42-yard line. Tinsley, Washington, Johnson, far side, near side, Harrison, Wallace.
Well, you could see a screen pass here. Penn State has run a couple of them this year and run them well.
Maryland does have a 4-man front, not a 3-man front. As Dressel is in there.
Now they drop out.
Yep. Rush 3. Clifford steps up. Waits. He'll keep it and go to the 45 and take it down there. Dressel's the one that took him down. So Dressel Chamey took him down at the 46. They'll kick it away.
Yeah, I think Maryland may have called timeout here.
Yeah. 2:28 to go in the half. So they have 2 timeouts remaining. It's up to Barney and Moore now to dump one inside the 15-yard line.
Yeah, I think on a 3rd down and long or 2nd down and long, when they for the most part in this first half, they show a 4-man front, and at the last second they drop the guy out in coverage, kind of a zone blitz with 8 defenders. So you got to find that open receiver downfield or run the football against that 3-man front and get one of our running backs, Allen and or Singleton, into that secondary.
So 2:28 to go in the half. Still will drop back to receive a Moore's punt on the near hash. Keep in mind, Penn State has all 3 timeouts remaining. And they also get the ball to start the second half. So James Franklin, with his defense, can play some chess here. Good snap by Chris Stahl. They come after Moore. And he goes down. Flags go down. Ball is going to be down at the 2-yard line, but is it roughing the punter?
Well, there's 2 flags down, and also
if it's
Moore looks like he's limping going to the sideline to help his cause.
Personal foul.
15.
Oh, that is
the kicker.
huge. That is a huge penalty.
15-yard penalty.
First down for Penn State to continue this drive.
And the key is he got the punt off that time, because if it had been touched by Dante Trader, it would have been no big deal. But Trader tried to take the angle, took a bad angle.
Yeah, he also turned his shoulder. If you're going to try to block a punt, you got to make sure you're going to get it where the ball is going to, with their foot and the ball meet, which is about 2 or 3 yards in front of the punter. He kind of shies away and turns his left shoulder into him.
Yeah.
And more at the end of that play, where you're trying to block a punt, that is about the rule of how not to.
Right.
Because I think he had a shot to get the football.
I mean, that right now is the training film on don't do this. Motion by Washington toward us. Clifford under center. Allen the deep back at the 39 of Maryland. Allen breaks one tackle. He breaks by Trader to 35, to the 30, and take it down inside the 30-yard line at the 29, and a Penn State first down.
I'll tell you, Allen has he breaks the tackle in the backfield, number 1. Now he's out racing a corner on the outside, and he has that quickness to turn that corner, get the first down inside the 30. 2:12
to go in the half. Mega near side, Lambert Smith far side, wing right Strange. Clifford under center, 1st and 10, 29 of Maryland far hash. Allen the deep back, play action fake, rolls right. Clifford looks, deals, and threw it behind Strange, incomplete. 2nd and 10.
Yeah. Strange ends up sitting down on the play in the middle of the field. He is
flagged down too.
He is open on the play.
Flag's on the far sideline in an odd spot.
Well, yeah, it's back at the 38-yard line.
Yeah. Penn State's retreating.
Anything on our...
After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct. Penn State head coach. 15-yard penalty. The down counts. 2nd down.
I was going to say, is there nothing on the field to play?
That's the coach's first unsportsmanlike of the game.
Okay. So
I don't think I can remember James Franklin
ever
getting a penalty in any football game that I've ever broadcast.
No. So 2nd and 25, Maryland 44. 2 left, 2 right. Allen to the right. Takes the snap back to pass. Dumps it off to Allen. Breaks one tackle, 45, and then knocked down at the 43. Gets a yard. It's 3rd and 24.
Maryland should probably call a timeout here.
1:44 left, and here comes a timeout to be called. So 30-second timeout. Allows allows us to remind you today's game is brought to you by our good friends at Penn State Smeal College of Business. I mean, Brian, did he say something to somebody, or?
You know, with the band, it's hard to tell because I couldn't get down to that side.
Okay,
but
gotcha.
there's not really a read on what happened down here. I was looking around and couldn't really say. It had to have been something like that along the side.
Okay.
But he typically doesn't, you know, he's always having a constant engagement with the official. So it's not odd to see him having a conversation with the official. So it's very interesting.
But he talks.
Yeah, it's a constant engagement with the official. It's conversation.
He's not yelling at them. He talks. So it's,
But he was talking
95% of the time.
He was talking loudly.
yes, that was a big crowd, Jack. Enjoy.
I'm Penn State. I'm running the football here.
I
Forced that last time out for Maryland.
Yep. Clifford takes it. They run it with Allen. Allen bounces to the outside, turns the corner to the 40, cuts upfield 35. They take it out inside the 35 at the 33. Now you think about either a 50-yard field goal by Penninger or going forward on fourth down with 1:39 left.
I'll tell you, Allen again, just making good decisions. I'll tell you, a good job by Parker Washington backing off on a block in the back on that play.
So they've used a timeout.
If you are considering a field goal here, there's basically no wind. The field is a little slick, but it's not that. It's definitely doable.
Maryland's out of timeouts.
They're going to try a field goal.
Yep. So that was Maryland's third and final timeout. Penninger had a 50-yarder last week at Indiana. Can he duplicate the feat here in Beaver Stadium on the far ash? Angled to his right, Chris Stahl will snap it. Barney Amore will put it down. Good snap, put down. Kick is on his way by Penninger. The kick by Penninger is gone. He does it again. Another 50-yard field goal for Jake Penninger and a 24-0 Nittany Lion lead.
Well, it's a great job to overcome that James Franklin penalty and would still get 3 points at the end of the half.
Jack, everything good from like 65.
Oh, no, he hit the net.
I'll tell you, everything. This first half, Brian, his football team collectively has played the best first half they played all year. Right now, Maryland, we talked about how many explosive players they have on offense. They have 24 total yards in the first half.
That kick, by the way, literally split the uprights. That was not like one side to the other. It went right down the middle. So Jake, who had a career long of 49 before last week's game in Indiana, now has back-to-back 50-yard field goals. And it's the 31st time in Penn State history they've had a field goal of 50 yards or better. After a 50-yard field goal, I think this one's going to Lamont. Okay, Penn State still has all three timeouts left. End over end, Lamont, here she comes.
Now 1:34 left. I don't see Maryland sitting on the ball.
No.
So
they got three timeouts. Guess what? This broadcast booth has always believed in Gordon Gekko. Green is good.
and especially the way the Penn State defense has played. We'll see what the mentality of the Maryland offense to see whether they run the football here. If they run the football here, that's going to tell you a lot of things about what they're trying to do and just get to the locker room at halftime.
24-0 Penn State. Trips far side, one near side. He wants to throw. Back goes Tagovailoa. Pressure deflected at the line of scrimmage and incomplete. Almost intercepted by Jalen Reed. Great coverage by Sutherland, and Isaac was breathing down his neck.
Isaac has had a field day with that left tackle for Maryland, and this ball is very, very close. Reed driving on the football, and Isaac just collapsing the pocket on one side along with Chop Robinson on the other.
90 seconds left. 2nd and 10. Tagovailoa back. Pressure. Hit. Down he goes. Back at the 16-yard line. Chop Robinson.
And a timeout's called by Penn State immediately.
Boy, does that ever have to feel good for Chop Robinson.
You got Chop Robinson on one side, Isaac on the other. The quickness of Chop Robinson taking that right tackle and going up the field with his quickness. He set him up by going inside a couple of times. This time he went up the field and beat the tackle, turned it, and got the sack. And Tagovailoa is very fortunate to hang on to this football because he's getting hit a lot of times when he doesn't even see the guy coming.
1:24 left in the half, and they still have 2 timeouts remaining. I mean, Chop just did the job that time. He went right around DeMar Glaze.
Well, our defensive ends have been outstanding. Isaac on one side, Chop Robinson on the other. This defense, and this is not an offense like Indiana. This is an offense that can score a lot of points, put 27 on Michigan. So Penn State defensively, this first half has just been outstanding.
They averaged 31.4 points a game.
And now we have a 3-man rush.
Isaac, Beeman, and Robinson. They'll hand it off to Hemby to the 15, 20, and hit by Wilson, then finally decked at the 27-yard line. And Carter was there to finish him off. Timeout, Penn State, with 1:17 to go in the half, and they still have 1 timeout remaining.
Yeah. Robinson got banged up on that play.
Well, anytime you let him be downfield into that secondary, he's a physical runner. Maybe you almost had to anticipate that they would try to run the football there on third down. But you're right about the end of the first half here. Plus, Penn State gets the ball to start the third quarter. So we are not done here at the end of the first half with a minute and change.
7 tackles for losses and 5 sacks by that Penn State defense today. And the half isn't even over yet. Washington awaits the punt on the far hash of his own 22. And kicks it out a good high, twisting punt. Washington will get decked immediately at the 24-yard line, and a flag will go down.
Well, he's got to call for the fair catch. I don't know where the penalty is.
He didn't call for it.
He did not call for it, so I don't understand.
I don't know if it's going to be under the category of catch interference. They didn't give him enough room. I don't know.
We saw that a couple of times last year. Remember at Iowa?
At Wisconsin,
well, at least they got rid of that cone rule they had a number of years ago that was
the magic cone of 2 yards.
Yeah, right.
Where if you went in there, you have a shot collar, it goes off.
There's 2 flags on the field. I think they got to pick up both of them.
Yeah, I don't know.
As I said, Robinson got hurt on that last play, by the way. He came over. He did not go into the 10. He's on the bench.
Another flag goes down.
Personal foul. Targeting.
Oh, they're calling
Kicking
targeting.
team,
Okay.
Number 2.
Well, that's going to really help us now.
That play is under further review.
Well, I have to really look at that.
Well, I'll tell you what. That is
it's close.
I think it's a shoulder. I don't think it's a helmet to helmet.
It is not.
No,
it is not. I think Jacorian Bennett hits him with the shoulder. You know, the only thing, they're very sensitive about the neck area.
Right.
So if it is, it's that. But he did not go helmet to helmet.
Yeah, he actually hits it with his arm more than anything else. So I got to look at this. This is not targeted. The big mistake here is Parker Washington not calling for the fair catch.
Oh, I thought he was going to say me mentioning the weather. Previous play is under the roof for review. This official review brought to you by the great people at Bachman's Roofing and Solar. Hey, congrats, Bachman's 50th year in business. You don't get to 50 years without being great.
He actually hits him with the left arm.
There is no targeting on number 2. First down, Penn State.
That's the right call. Mark Kluzinski and company, right call.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. Good job by that group.
And, you know, all the great judgment that Parker Washington has. The end of the first half.
That wasn't it.
A minute and 9 left to go. You fumbled a football there. You give Maryland the ball inside of the 25-yard line.
Yep.
And he's always a guy that makes great decisions downfield. And I don't know his thought process. He had to feel that guy coming downfield.
So 1:09 to go. They're on the 23-yard line. They have 1 timeout to work with.
I can see them running the football here, too, as well.
Oh, yeah. Singleton, by the way, is the running back in the game. He splits to the near side and brings McCullough with him. That's a running back and a linebacker. No, linebackers can cover it.
And he's given him a 10-yard cushion.
Yeah. Back to pass.
Here's a blitz.
Blitz. Throws. Lambert Smith and incomplete. Clifford just tried to somehow save the play as he got hit.
And Lambert Smith comes up limping as well. And this is one of the few times that Maryland came with a blitz here at the end of the first half. Clifford did a good job of just saving the timeout, because he gets sacked right there. We'd have to call a timeout to save the time on the clock.
Well, Trey Wallace will replace him in the lineup, and he will split to the near side. Far side, it's Strange and Singleton together with 1:03 to go in the half. Clifford empty backfield, three-man front. And they are not showing blitz. Wallace in motion away from us. They rush three. Clifford, quick toss, caught Wallace to the 30, over the 30, and out to the 31. Now you call timeout. Maybe, maybe not. 52 seconds to go. Yep. 50 seconds left.
Good block by Singleton out there in the outside.
3rd and 2. Back goes Clifford. Waits, delivers, caught Johnson, 42-yard line, and a first down for Penn State. They'll stop the clock to move the chains at 41 seconds.
Yeah, you got to almost anticipate just a three-man rush, dropping everybody else in coverage. Like I said, you may want to run the football here.
Clifford goes back, steps in the pocket, delivers, caught Singleton, 45-yard line. Now you need your timeout.
Yeah.
It's 27 seconds to go, and they'll have to take it. Yep. So they had to go check down there.
Yeah, you're taking away all the deep routes. You got 8 people in coverage. You got a 3-deep zone deep. You got guys underneath, so you're trying to force the quarterback in the offense to check it down to Singleton, and that's exactly what Clifford did on that play. You might be a little bit better off here. I mean, I know it's 27 seconds left to go. A running play would open up for one of our running backs.
It would.
And that, we've already seen Singleton go to distance a couple of times already. And that is as good as a check down. And if you get the first down, the clock will stop.
Look, they're going to play the game with the three-man front.
Right.
Burn them.
Yeah, I mean, I think you can burn them with a running game.
Yep, exactly. That's what we're talking about. And they're going to go with the three-man front. They're going to drop those linebackers back a bit. Jack, a guy like Singleton could go a long way against this kind of front. 2 left, 2 right on 2nd down and 5, their own 46, 27 seconds left in the half. Clifford takes it. He does want to throw. Steps up in the pocket. Looks, there's an open field, but he'll throw downfield. It's caught. Tinsley at the 30, spins inside the 30 to the 29. 19 seconds to go. Let's see if they run a play or clock it. Quickly to the line of scrimmage.
I'll tell you, Clifford does a good job of throwing it back in the middle of the field to Tinsley and being very accurate with the football. 12
seconds, 10 seconds. Clifford down to 7 seconds. Back, long and deep near side. Tinsley reaches out off his right hand, incomplete with 2 seconds left in the half, and now they'll settle for a field goal.
What a good pocket by the offensive line. Tinsley just hits his right hand on the football down the corner of the end zone. It took a lot of time off that clock. We wasted a lot of seconds there and forcing another field goal attempt here right before the end of the half.
46-yard attempt for Ash. Angle to the right for Jake Pettigrew. Chris Stahl will snap it. Barney Amora will put it down. Good snap. Put down. Kick by Pettigrew on its way. The kick by Pettigrew is gone. And Penn State puts together a 27-0 opening half. Talk about playing it right. They did.
Well, it starts all with the Penn State defense, who's held Maryland to 27 total yards going into the locker room here at halftime. Took advantage of the opportunities, and at the end got a couple of field goals to add to the lead.
Penn State 27 points, Maryland 27 yards. And we'll get to Brian with James Franklin in a moment. And I think there he is.
Coach, you've talked about your team.
And it sounds like you just ran into James, and it turns out that's what the penalty was.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. And then James dropped down and did 15 push-ups as his punishment.
Kick will go left to right as we see it, and Penn State will start from the 25-yard line. So Penn State will go right to left here in the third quarter with a 27-0 lead.
And in the first half of 296 total yards.
Yeah.
They ran the football. In the pregame, I said, you know, we average about 170 yards rushing. If we get in that range, we'll be in good shape against Maryland. Well, we're at 190 right now going in to start the third quarter.
And the home run hitters in the backfield, Singleton, who's got 2 long touchdown runs today of 27 and 44 respectively. Clifford is under center. Bunch set near side, one far side. And one far side is Mitchell Tinsley. Clifford sees a 4-man front and turns. It's Singleton to his right, through the hole, and up to the 30, and just keeps churning the legs to the 32. He gets 7 on the play, 2nd and 3.
Wait, when you talk about Singleton, who's a 5-star recruit for James Franklin, that play right there says it all. How quick off the mark he is into the defensive line, gains a quick 7 yards on that play. Very explosive right from the start.
2nd and 3, 2 far side, wing right Strange. Singleton again. This time they're waiting for him for a 1-yard loss. As Finau made the stop at the 31, it's going to bring up a 3rd and 4.
Norzad tried to make the block, could not get it done. Penetration in the backfield, and ends up being a loss for Singleton. Anytime you want to stop a running game, you get penetration in the backfield, that would get it done.
Bunch set near side. Singleton to the right on 3rd down and about 4 at their own 31. Motion by Strange coming toward us. Now Clifford looks to the sideline, checks with the offensive line, backs up. On 3rd and 4 at the 31, Sean takes it. It's going to be Singleton again. Singleton rumbles ahead to the 34.5. That means he's short. It's going to be 4th down and a half yard, and Penn State will punt.
All right. I think James Franklin wanted to come out here in the beginning of the third quarter, work on the running game, get the football, try to pound the football out. 3 running plays, could not get that first down. Singleton just comes up just about inside of a yard short of that first down, and will punt the football away.
Cristol will snap it, and Barney Amore will kick it away. Still awaits the punt at his own 23. Punt goes right to left as we see it. Barney takes it and kicks it out of there. High, twisting punt, fair catch still at the 22-yard line, and that's where Maryland will put it in play when we come back. Today's game presented by Penn State Smeal College of Business. 27-0 Nittany Lions, 13 minutes to play third quarter. This is Penn State football from Learfield.
If Big Ten football runs deep in your veins, then Sirius XM Big Ten Radio is where you need to be. We're talking
Markets Tailgate Radio Show. Wise Markets, eat better, spend less. That's wise.
Thanks, Raj. Roger Corey doing his usual great job. Brian Tripp at the sideline, Bob Taylor here, Ron Moeller, Jack Ham, I'm Steve Jones. 27-0 Nittany Lions, 13 minutes to play third quarter, 1st and 10, Maryland, their own 22. Talia Tagovailoa continues to be the quarterback with Hemby to his right. They're going to send Demas and Jarrett near side, Jayshon Jones far side. And Tagovailoa takes it. Hemby left side, and they're waiting for him. No gain at the 22. Abdul Carter right there with Tyler Elsdon. 2nd and 10.
Okay, you've called Elsdon and Carter a number of times on gang tackling on all the running backs for Maryland, getting to the football, getting off offensive linemen and making the play.
Tarburton, Beeman, Mustafer, and Isaac up front. On 2nd and 10, Tagovailoa. Hemby again, this time through the hole at the 25 and taken out at the 26. Abdul Carter to bring up a 3rd down and 6 for Maryland. And Penn State will go sub-package.
Yeah, and Carter does a great job. People thinking pass, he's right there in the middle of the field, reads his keys and makes the play.
Maryland didn't sub, and Penn State still got their sub-package out there. He goes back, he slings it over the middle. Incomplete. Jonathan Sutherland had a great shot at it. It's 4th down.
When Sutherland is out there, I'll tell you, Jair Brown is around all the footballs down in that secondary, and he thought there was a chance for that interception. Those are 2 guys playing that zone like the linebackers and driving on the receiver and causing an incomplete pass.
Parker Washington awaits the punt at his own 26. Just wanted him. I hope he filed away the last one.
Yeah. I'll tell you, Jair Brown breaks on the football better than anybody.
No doubt. And fair catch by Washington. Amazing lessons learned at the 36-yard line. Penn State will put it in play. Well, you'd like to see one more in the end zone here, Jack, and then you feel like you've got the freedom to do whatever you want after that.
Exactly, and the defense continuing to play at this high level. And like I said, if fans out there, I mean, we're leading 27-0 against a Maryland team who puts a lot of points on the board. At Ann Arbor, they put 27 on Michigan, so they can score in bunches. And Penn State defensively, Manny Diaz has done a phenomenal job here the entire football game.
Michigan won that game 34-27. Clifford goes back, steps up, now rolls right, has protection, loads it up long and deep far sideline. A lot of holding there as Tinsley goes after it, incomplete. There's the flag. There comes a point where enough is enough, and that was it.
Well, Tinsley is downfield. The jockeying for position along the sideline because, again, with three-man rush, and then Clifford rolling out, he had a lot of time. Now it's impromptu plays downfield by your wide receiver. Tinsley goes deep downfield, try to turn back to the football. There's just way too much contact there, and the official, the linesman, throws flag.
So out to the 50-yard line they go, 1st and 10. Allen's the running back to the left of Clifford. To far side, Lambert Smith near side. Matched up on Still. Wing right is Theo Johnson. Now look to the sideline. Washington Strange, by the way, to the far side. Now they move Allen to the right of Clifford. 1st and 10 midfield. 27-0 Penn State. It's going to be Katron Allen through the hole. Quick burst to the 45 and tumbles ahead inside the 45 to near the 44. 2nd down and 4 with 11:40 left in the third.
Boy, good push up front by the offensive line. Wormley did an outstanding job. And then when Allen gets hit on first contact, doesn't bring him down, he continues to go forward and ends up getting about 6 yards on the play.
Washington near side. Lambert Smith far side with a wing right. Allen to the right of Clifford on 2nd down, 4.5. Motion by Strange toward us. Clifford takes it, wants to throw. Blitz coming, steps away. He'll keep it and go 45. Swings it near side to the 40, reaches the ball out, and they say he's out at the 40.5, which means it's going to be 3rd down and a half yard. Clifford in front of that Maryland bench, slow to get up, and now will walk back to the huddle.
He kind of stretches the ball out right when he's going out of bounds, but by that time, his foot, according to the official, was out of bounds, so it will be a 3rd and short situation.
Well, go T formation. There's been a little success with that today.
Short yardage has been very good for Penn State offensively, so I'm sure any of those running backs would like to have the football here.
They're all together. Strange, Singleton, and Allen in the backfield. Clifford under center on 3rd down, a half yard. Turns. Near side, Allen gets bumped off the play, then to the 40, and he gets the 1st down to the 39-yard line. It's just a good piece of running by Katron Allen there.
It was not blocked well. They got penetration. They guessed right about going to our left. We've done it a lot of times. And Allen gets hit short of the 1st down, but that leg drive, the power he has in his legs, he ends up converting, getting the 1st down beyond the 39.
Wide receiver each way. Wing left. Clifford under center, deep back is Allen. 1st and 10, Maryland 39. On the near hash. Now they bring Strange into the backfield as the fullback. Play action fake Clifford, a lot of time. Loads it up, fires it down the near side. He's got Johnson to inside, move to the 20, 15, inside the 10, and down inside the 10 for a 1st and goal for the Nittany Lions at the 6-yard line in the Del Grosso Sauce red zone.
Well, first of all, for the offensive line, it's a 3-man rush, so he has time in the pocket to stretch the field. They got a deep routes downfield. You end up breaking it off short with your tight end, and Johnson makes the catch in that dead area along the sideline.
Washington far side, Lambert Smith near side. They go with the power. Look at the backfield. It's Allen, jump cut, and they're waiting for him at the 6. No gain on the play. Good job by Finau to make the stop. It's 2nd and goal.
Yeah, Finau has made a number of tackles there for that defensive line for Maryland. Try to cut it back inside. You're getting penetration by Finau. He ends up making a tackle for the loss.
Washington and Lambert Smith far side. Johnson and Allen near side. Clifford with an empty backfield on 2nd and goal at the 6, near hash, tacking the north end zone to our left. Motion toward us by Strange. Clifford, quarterback draw to the 5 and taken down at about the 4-yard line. But you show a play like that in the red zone, to show you have it, and now if you're a linebacker or a safety, you got to at least wonder about it.
Exactly, and I think you make sure to keep the defense honest on the play. Clifford has run a couple of times, but out of the pocket when he's trying to throw the football, not really that much in our running game for the most part. And now because Penn State has substituted, Maryland brings about 4 or 5 guys on for that goal line defense.
Looks like a game Brian's calling. It looks like a line change.
And there's some confusion because at the last second they line up on Allen, lined up as the wide receiver.
Back goes Clifford. Waits, time, fires, knocked away, incomplete, intended for Strange as Braid hit him in the end zone, and it's incomplete.
Well, I think it's just good coverage on the thing. Clifford's actually late with the football. He has Strange open. Yeah. He has Strange open immediately, and he ends up grabbing him.
Now, Braid did get him early. I mean, let's get those arms around him right there. He hit him. In fact, he hit him in the head.
Well, he gets bent over backwards too, and Strange is okay on the play. But
yeah. So Penninger looking for his 3rd field goal of the day, 50-46. This one is from 22. Punches at it, fires it up, and good. And Penn State with a 30-0 lead with 8:15 to go in the 3rd. Today's game presented by our good friend.
This is Penn State football from Learfield.
Today's game presented by Penn State Smeal College of Business, and Jake Penninger will kick it off, 30-0 Nittany Lions. Smith awaits the kick at the 1-yard line. It will still be Talia Tungavailoa at quarterback for Maryland. High end over end. Smith will field at the 3. 5, 10, 15, clogged up at the 15, and that's it. Thrown back, K.J. Winston, along with Jonathan Sutherland, made the stop.
Kind of reminds you with the philosophy of Ohio State on a kickoff as well.
Yep.
We're kicking it right to the goal line. You got to make a decision whether to come out with it. You get the ball to 25. Now the ball's going to be back at the 16-yard line. Great coverage. People staying in their lane. It was also a high kick as well, so the timing really wasn't there. So Tungavailoa is going to start at his own 16-yard line.
So you feel like as a defense, that's a +9 right there. Tight formation, Tungavailoa takes it. Double clutches, throws to Copeland, threw it behind him, but he caught it at the 22-yard line with King with great coverage. They will get 6, maybe 7 on the play. It's 2nd down and 3.
As you mentioned, still Tungavailoa for Maryland, but on the next Penn State series, Drew Aller will be coming into the game.
Yep, that's what we anticipated here in the booth, that was it. Enough's enough in terms of on this day for Sean. He's done his job. 2 far side, 1 near side. Tungavailoa back to pass. Here they come. Hit, gets away. He'll keep it to go to the 20 and tripped up at the 25-yard line by Tyler Elsdon.
Yeah, Elsdon does a good job of tripping it up. I'll tell you, Tungavailoa does a good job of going down here because Abdul Carter was coming from the middle of the field with some steam, and almost if he stays up, he makes a tackle and causes a collision.
Throw it about 1.5 yards out of the pistol. Tungavailoa will give it. It's going to be Littleton, breaks a tackle, and is taken down at the 26-yard line. That should be a Maryland 1st down.
Well, again, Elsdon also coming from that backside that time. Dennis Sutton helping out on that play as well. Ended up getting the 1st down. Didn't need all that much, but good hustle from the defensive end from the other side of the field.
Ellis, Beeman, Chop Robinson denied Dennis Sutton. Back goes Tungavailoa. Deep drop now being chased. Reed now goes after him. He throws it downfield, and a flag goes down, but it's back in the backfield where Carter, I think, was dragged down.
Tagovailoa is looking downfield. He can't find anybody open at all.
No.
Holding.
And the long
Offense
walk
number 31. 10-yard penalty.
closer to the north end zone
First
begins. No, back they go from the 26 to the 16. See, I think Carter's the one that was held on the play.
No question about it. Dennis Sutton also was held on it as well.
Yeah.
His offensive line just could not handle the power, strength, and speed of the defensive line of Penn State all day long, and that was another example of Tagovailoa in the pocket having to scramble out.
First and 20, their own 16-yard line. Two far side, one near side. Tagovailoa keeps it himself and spun down back at the 15-yard line. Chop Robinson.
Chop Robinson is talking trash out there as well after the tackle. You go, a guy coming off the edge like that and just does a great job at just disengaging with the offensive lineman, getting away, using his hands, getting away from him, and end up bringing down a quarterback who's very, very difficult with all that speed and quickness he has.
Second down and 21 at their own 15. That's 8 tackles for losses and 6 sacks. 4-man rush. They don't need more than that. Back he goes. Delivers over the middle. Caught by Rakim Jarrett, the 30. Jarrett to the 35, and Jarrett ahead to the 36, and a first down for Maryland.
And one of the few times today, Tagovailoa had time in the pocket to deliver the football in the middle of the field. Jarrett wide open on the play. No pressure on the quarterback. Be able to complete that long pass for the first down.
That and the option play have been the only 2 productive plays all day for Maryland. 2 near side, 1 far side. And they'll give it to McDonald, and Jonathan Sutherland takes him down at the 38-yard line. It'll be second down and 8 clock at 5:10 to go in the third. 30-0 Penn State. King replaces Elsdon in middle linebacker.
Yeah, Chop Robinson there as well, but closing from the edge was Sutherland. He was unblocked on the play, squeezes it from the outside, ends up making a tackle, holding that to a 2-yard gain.
2 near side, 1 far side. From the 38, Tagovailoa goes back over the middle, quick toss. It's caught at the 44 and taken down by Sutherland immediately is C.J. Dupree. 3rd down and 2. And Chop Robinson is down. Quickly, Andy Mutnam sprints out. Take a look at Chop. So we'll take a break. Today's game presented by our good friends at the Penn State Smeal College of Business. 4:43 to go in the Damian Robinson to the sideline, a.k.a. Chop. Was telling Jack how he got his nickname. He was a 14-pound baby. And they started calling him Pork Chop. He finally got to the point, he says, I can't really be called Pork Chop in my life. How about Chop? That sounds cool. And he is forever here, Chop Robinson, and he jogged to the sideline, which is good news.
And did not go to the tent. He's lined up. Looks like he'll be available to come right back in.
I mean, Vanover replaces him. It's going to be 3rd down, 1.5 yards for Maryland. They go from the pistol. Trips far side, 1 near side. Now they shift out of that. Tagovailoa will give it up the middle. It's going to be Littleton, first down, as he's decked by Adisa Isaac and Abdul Carter at the 48-yard line. A first down for Maryland.
Well, Adisa Isaac from that right defensive end position helped out on the play, but again, after the Jarrett catch, it was a short gain for the first down.
Back goes Tagovailoa, long and deep for Copeland. Adjusting, incomplete, and Kalen King stride for stride with great coverage and played the ball. It's 2nd down and 10 at their own 48.
Okay. Pretty good protection that time. And actually, a little push-off by Copeland as well downfield, but one-on-one coverage. Kalen King has been outstanding all year long. No help on the play. Did a great job of looking back for the football for the incomplete pass.
Demas and Jarrett far side, Jones near side with a wing right. 2nd and 10. Play action, they'll shuffle it ahead to Dyches, the tight end. Cut down, great tackle in the open field. Jair Brown at the Penn State 47-yard line. In the open field, you can't make a better play than that.
Oh, that was outstanding. Open field.
Two near side, 1 far side on 3rd down, about 5.5 at the Penn State 47. Tagovailoa back, pressured, batted in the air, and incomplete. Carter shot through that time with Kobe King, and it's going to be
I'll tell you, Carter coming off the edge at 6'3", and his vertical jump, unblocked on the play, in the line of flight of the football, and just gets up in the air and knocks it down for an incomplete pass. There's another guy. I talked about Kobe King playing so well, getting more familiar. Abdul Carter is no longer a freshman linebacker.
Chops back in the game, Jack, along with Durant and Isaac. Diamond set near side. Motion by Hemby away from us. Tagovailoa rolls right, steps up, delivers downfield, knocked away and incomplete. Penn State will take over on downs. Outstanding play downfield for the Nittany Lions by Kalen King.
I'll tell you, Kalen King breaks on the football. Just outstanding play underneath the receiver on the outside. He played a guy deep one.
It's that easy.
Oh, boy.
To see if you can get synced, head to syncmygame.com from Learfield.
Syncmygame.com?
Syncmygame.com.
Drew Aller is in at quarterback with Penn State with a 30-0 lead. It's Washington goes in motion away from us. Washington now comes back toward us. Aller play action fake, pump fakes to his right. Quick toss over the middle. It is caught at the 47-yard line no gain. Jack, just a quick update on the weather. What's happening right now?
Well, right now it's a slight mist out there. I'll get that confirmed from Brian down on the field.
It is not a mist. It is a steady rain.
You notice how I stayed out of it.
He led me right into it. I think I'm okay on that one.
No, if he asks, you're good. Singleton to the right of Aller. Second down and 9, their own 48-yard line. Wide receiver each way, Washington in motion away from us. Aller blitz coming back to pass, reads it, fires it near side for Washington, and incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down and 9.
And he had Parker Washington. They had a blitz, had it picked up.
Yep.
So he could get rid of the football, and that time putting the ball on the line to the outside. Maybe a little more touch on that football.
Yep.
Give Parker Washington a chance to get to the sideline, get the football. He was open on the play.
So it's going to be 3rd and 9 at their own 48-yard line. Tinsley, Washington, and Johnson to the near side. Lambert, Smith, far side. Singleton to the right, 4-man front. Aller now brings Johnson in motion away from us. They're on that far hash on 3rd and 9. Blitz coming. Back goes Aller. Delivers over the middle and incomplete for Washington at the 40. It's going to be 4th down, and Penn State will kick it away.
And Aller is high on every one of his throws downfield. The blitz was coming over here. He had a chance to put it inside. Again, for Parker Washington, not bad coverage in the secondary. Man-to-man coverage of the ball way too high for Parker Washington to bring it in. Aller coming off the bench is not into a rhythm yet and ended up being a couple of incompletions and punting the football away.
And throwing a wet ball. Barney Amora will kick it away. Still at the 10-yard line. Punt goes right to left as we see it from the far hash, and Barney kicks it out of there. Tumbling punt, still will let it hit at the 14. And then on the bounce, he calls for a fair catch.
He can't do that.
Yeah, he's at the 11. Well, nobody touched him. He's good. I mean, you got to give him
once
credit.
The ball touches the field of play, you cannot then call for a fair catch.
He was clever.
Yeah, you're right, though. Nobody touched him.
I haven't seen anybody that inventive on a football field since Ron Muller.
Jack, would you call this a mist?
Oh, no. You know, from up here, I'm kind of warm up here right now, Brian, and it didn't look as bad. But honestly, is it getting worse? It is. Yeah,
it's becoming a driving rain.
All right, Ellies is out there with Durant, Tarburton, and Denai Dennis Sutton up front. Tagovailoa is still the quarterback. He's just Hemby behind him. Takes it. Hemby right side through the hole, breaks a tackle to the 20-yard line, and a shoot-top tackle there that saved a really long gain by Zakee Wheatley. He gets 9 at 2nd and 1.
Yeah, I think Penn State defensively thinking pass on it play. Kobe King gets walled off to the outside, out of the play as well. They run inside of him, and you're right, Wheatley makes a good open field tackle.
2nd and 1. Tagovailoa We'll give it again to Hemby up the middle. He just moves the stack out to the 24. 2:08 to go in the third. 30-0 Penn State. I get a feeling the guys wearing the blue jerseys are aching to get a shutout today.
Without a doubt, especially the way this defense has played. Right now, Maryland has 87 total yards with 158 left to go in the third period.
Two far side, one near side. Tagovailoa takes it. Hemby again on the delay up the middle. Tarburton hits him at the 29-yard line. Gets 5 in the play, 2nd and 5 as Vanover replaces denied Dennis Sutton.
And I think Maryland now offensively just trying to go out there and pound the football.
Yeah.
The concerns I had was Hemby in this game early, running the football and getting some balance in their offense. Penn State defensively is taking all that away.
2nd and 5, their own 29. Play action. Tagovailoa now shuffles it ahead to Dupree. 35-40, and C.J. Dupree taken down at the 43-yard line.
Well, another good open field tackle by Wheatley on the play. From that safety position, what you want to do is get the guy down on the ground. The good fake and then throw by...
Holding. Offense, number 15. 10-yard penalty. Repeat, 2nd down.
Octavian Smith. So back they go. They'll go from 2nd and 5 to 2nd and 15. Listen, it was a spot foul, right?
Coming in this game,
spot foul.
Coming in this game, 72 penalties for Maryland.
Yeah.
They stopped a lot of drives and hard to get into a rhythm, although offensively they scored a lot of points here, but that is a lot of penalties.
So it's 2nd and 6 because it was a spot foul from where the holding occurred. Tagovailoa dumps it off. Good catch by Dupree at the 30 and knocked out of bounds over the 30 at the 32-yard line near the 33. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 1.
You're right, one-handed catch out in the flat area by the tight end. Sutherland does a good job of coming over, making the tackle, and knocking him out of bounds.
Tagovailoa is under center. Now looks to the sideline. He's got Demas and Jared near side, one far side. Runs left side and gets the 1st down to the 36-yard line. Well, there's 28 seconds to go in the quarter.
Yeah. Catcher does a good job making that tackle as he bounced to the outside.
30-0 Penn State. Hemby to the left. Two near side, one far side. Tagovailoa to throw. Pressure. Hit it. Down he goes. A spectacular play by Amin Vanover because he was grabbed as he was grabbing Tagovailoa.
This is unbelievable because he took the inside. You're right about the fact he almost gets tackled on the play. And to bring down a quarterback like Tagovailoa, that is an outstanding play by Vanover, beating the tackle and making the sack.
Quarter is over. We go to the 4th quarter. 30-0 Penn State. Today's game presented by the outstanding people at Penn State's Smeal College of Business. This is Penn State football from Learfield.
And you don't even think about it. It's a sunny, blue sky, sunny day out there for that, especially that Penn State defense, who has just been outstanding and dominating the entire football game.
Maryland right now is up to 113 yards. It's 2nd down for Maryland and 22 at their own 24-yard line. Tagovailoa takes it, and they moved.
Well, we've got people up at the line of scrimmage. Manny Diaz does not back off at 30-0 because Jair Brown, the safety, was lined up as an outside linebacker on this play, rated to blitz off the edge.
I can tell you right now, I think P.J. Mustard told him not to back off. It's going to be 2nd down and 27. Back at the 19-yard line. Two far side, two near side. Tagovailoa, he'll give it off inside, and Adisa Isaac off the edge takes him down to the 20-yard line. He has played a phenomenal game.
Well, that's the speed and quickness. You think that the defensive end cannot chase that down from the backside, but he is able to do that. Unblocked on the play, he just goes flat down the line and using that quickness and caught this play from behind.
It's a 1-yard gain, so it stays away from being the 10th tackle for loss in the game. Two near side, one far side on 3rd down and 26, about a half acre. Tagovailoa now with Emby to his right. In track stances, here they come, and he hands it off to Emby on the left side to the 20 over the 25 and take it down at the 27-yard line. It's going to be 4th down, and they're going to kick the ball away.
And again, another high snap that time. Almost got away from Tagovailoa, and it ends up being a run and a sweep to the outside. Penn State defensively playing down and distance on that play and forcing another punting situation.
Okay, there'll be no fair catch here. Marquise Wilson is going back. There'll be no fair catch. Right? He's been aching to be standing here. Here's the punt in the air, backs up, fields it, back to the 10. Tries to get to the outside, can't, goes down at the 13-yard line.
And made a good catch. He probably has the best hands of anybody on the football team, and made an over-the-shoulder catch like a Willie Mays in center field.
There are certain elements in life that are locks. That was one.
Propane Foundation and your local propane service providers. For more information, go to papropane.com. Propane, energy for everyone.
Tank time. Tank Smith's coming in the game.
I would expect him to get the ball. There was a conversation after the last series that you want to get Drew Aller meaningful reps here, but you also want to manage the game right, throwing 3 incomplete passes.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, 3 incomplete passes ended up clock didn't move. Megan Clifford far side, Wallace near side, Smith to the left. And it's going to be Tank Smith right side, Tank over the 15 and taken down at about the 16-yard line, gets 3, 2nd down and 7. Last week was his birthday. He's got 51 weeks to wait now.
And also, the offensive line out in front of him.
Yeah.
We've been able to rush the football for 212 yards today. That is a dominating performance by number 1, the offensive line, and Singleton and Allen in the backfield.
Dinkins in the backfield with Smith as the fullback on 2nd and 7. Aller, play action fake, throws, caught Clifford. Liam over the 20, 1st down, 25, 30, far sideline over the 30 and take it down at about the 32, 33-yard line at a 1st down. That was a dart.
That's what you do when a quarterback put the football on the line, a little play action fake. Maryland thinking we're just going to run the football out and just, you got to get it out there to your wide receiver quickly. Aller can do that.
Megan near side, far side, Wallace and Clifford. Smith to the left. Dinkins on the line of scrimmage.
James Franklin loved the way he finished that run, too, for a wide receiver.
Well, he did. No, I mean, that's the way you want running backs to finish. In the gun is Aller. Drew on 1st down. Tank Smith right side now cuts it up the field to the 34. Gets a yard, 2nd down and 9. By the way, just so everyone knows, that they put up on the video board the sign of the game. It was linebacker U. And again, at an institution that cherishes academics, you end up showing a sign of one of the smartest parts of any football team.
There you go. And we've had a couple of guys out there like Carter and Kobe King
and
Elsden making plays today all over the field. So they are holding up that tradition of linebacker U.
2nd and 9, their own 34. Aller goes back, waits, steps in the pocket, rolls to his right, breaks one tackle to the 35, 40, 1st down, 45, and Drew Aller moves the chains out to the 46. We've said it once, we've said it maybe 15, 20 times. He moves a lot better than people realize, and a Maryland player is down. But he does move well.
Yeah, Jimmy Chris, the right tackle, and you have to get pushed right in the face of Aller. He just steps up to avoid that rush. Breaks.
Maryland has run 51 plays in the game. 9 have been tackles for losses. That's 1 in about maybe a little bit more than 6. Every 6 plays, a tackle for loss. Wow.
Yeah, dominating up front, dominating last week as well. Played outstanding against Ohio State. So this defense, as this year has gone on, they've continued to get better and better, more comfortable. I think they're disguising the blitzes even that much more as the season has gone on.
Amazing. One every, 5.5 plays, you're getting a sack or a tackle for loss. Tank Smith up the middle, breaks one tackle, 50, and dives ahead into Maryland territory at the 48. He gets 7 on the play. It's second down and 3.
It's 5'7", 226 pounds. Maryland defensively has been out there all day trying to stop Singleton and Allen, and now you get a guy like Tank coming in, or Tank Smith, and he is just he wants to run hard.
You have to find him behind the offensive line, too.
Yeah, really a key. When you're that small, it's really an advantage for you, and you can pick your way behind that big offensive line.
Back in your day, Mac Heron was a hard guy to find when he played for the Patriots. It's going to be Tank, bounces to his left, a first down, inside the 45 to the 43. Good jump cut by Tank.
Good block by Sheldon from that left tackle position on the ring. Took his man and pinned him inside. Tank came off of that block, and you're right, jump cut and bounced it to the outside, ended up getting the first down.
Last week may have been his birthday, but you got Tank on Military Appreciation Day today.
Oh, well done, Brian. Yes.
Very good.
Jimmy Crisp, by the way, the right tackle. It means Effner's at right guard. Clifford in motion toward us, sets up near Mega. Wallace far side. First and 10, Maryland, 43. Aller back. Near side for Tank, and he overthrew him on the wheel routes. It's going to be second down and 10.
Now, for Tank, I'm not sure the wheel route is his strength.
That's not his baby right there. They have 5 guys in that backfield. Yeah. No offense, Tank, you would have been my 5th choice on that one.
It's incredible down here at field level. The rain slowed down a little bit, but the wind's picking up. Just how effortless the ball looks for Aller, even in adverse conditions.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
It's amazing. Wallace, Clifford near side, Mega far side, Dinkins wing left. Second and 10, 43 of Maryland. Tank to the left of Aller. Play action fake, quick toss far side. They're waiting for him. Good play, open field tackle that time on Amari Evans.
The thing about it is that Aller was able to get the football on the line very quickly out there to Evans and making the catch.
Actually, I was Dinkins that time. Dinkins the tight end. Yep. So third down and 10. Let's see how effortless it is for him to throw this one. Clock is rolling at 9:20. 30-0 Penn State. Trips near side. Takes the snap. They'll run it. They'll give it to Tank Smith, and he's taken down for no gain. Fourth down and 10 at the 43 of Maryland. So, fourth down and 10, 43 of Maryland, and here comes Alex Paquetta. Now remember, with this game, Rutgers, Michigan State in a bowl game, there are only 4 games remaining. So Paquetta can punt in all 4 games and still maintain his eligibility. So Alex Paquetta, his first career punt right here. And he has been booming them in practice.
Well, this one is going to be trying to angle it to the inside the 10-yard line. A little touch punt here.
Nose down, high tumbling punt. They wait for it at the 5. They will down the ball at the 3. Alex's first punt.
You see how fun it is? You'll understand why. Start falling in love with the fun today. Visit PALottery.com or head off to your local retailer. Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day. But, Brian, you can still play.
Jake, see, Dominic DeLuca's in the game now at linebacker with King and Catcher. So from the 3-yard line, their own 3. Motion away from us by Jones. Billy Edwards, the quarterback, gives the ball off inside McDonald and thrown for another loss. That's the 10th loss of the game.
Now the catcher was there. Kobe King was there. I mean, you got guys, you talk about guys playing across the line of scrimmage. That's exactly what happens here. Your defensive linemen get penetration. Your linebackers can play downhill like this. And Kobe King and catcher were right there on the play.
All right, Edwards under center. Wide receiver each way. Motion away from us by Jones. We'll give it again right side, and then this time it'll be stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. It's going to be 3rd down and 10.
I'll tell you, Kobe King and Izzard were at the goal line. They're trying to get a safety.
Yes.
And they penetrated up the field. Izzard had the best chance because he was actually in the end zone trying to make a play. Gets walled off on the play, but you talk about guys penetrating, trying to get a few more points, and these points would be on the defensive side.
Yeah. Felton comes to the near side with Jones. Edwards is in the end zone. He has not thrown an interception this year. Takes the snap, rolls near side, being chased in the end zone. Hit as he throws downfield and incomplete. 4th down.
Great pursuit and pressure by Jake Wilson.
Wilson just almost gets that sack.
I'll tell you, Jake does a great job on kickoffs, kickoff returns, and Marquise Wilson awaits the punt at the Maryland 44.
He was high school teammates with John Dotson.
Yes. All right, takes the snap. They set a return. He kicks it. It goes nowhere. It's going to hit at the 35, the 40, 45 to the near sideline, out of bounds at the 45-yard line. Not even Marquise Wilson in his zeal to return one.
And he is upset because he wanted to get to this football because it was such a bad punt he could not get to it. And he is given up 111 total yards to Maryland.
Christian Bayer's the quarterback for Penn State. By the way, it's going to be 64, 62, 61 in Charleston. Rutgers next Saturday, 31. Hey. It's going to feel like football weather. I don't know what they have down in the equipment room, Brian, but I'd get a parka. Christian Bayer at quarterback. Takes the snap. High snap, bobbled on the turf. That's the first turnover of the game, and Maryland has it. First turnover of the game.
Well, it started with the snap was so high.
Glendon Miller recovered it.
Well, if they go 1-0 each of the next 2 weeks, I think no matter what the conditions are at Rutgers, we may be rewarded with a pretty nice trip here.
Yeah, no, I agree. Look, the important part is just keep winning. They're on the verge of being 8-2. Keep going. Other teams lost today. Again, Kentucky lost to Vanderbilt. Ole Miss was beating Alabama. I don't know how much that's changed. All right. I think Liberty lost today to UConn, I think. Wide receiver each way. Edwards from their own 46. Going to run the football to the edge. It's Littleton, the big man, to the 50 and out of bounds at the Penn State 49-yard line. So Penn State has Jordan Vanderberg out there for Toba Mulva, Devon Townley, Zariah Fisher. What a story. Knee surgery back in the spring, and he's playing today. He has busted his backside to get back. What a payoff. Robbie Dwyer, Jamari Budden, Dominic DeLuca, Christian Driver is at one corner, Cam Miller the other, KJ Winston at one safety, Sebastian Constantini the other. Littleton up the middle, lowers the shoulder, hit by DeLuca and cleaned up by Winston, but a first down at the 40 with 5:58 to play. First down, Maryland.
Looks like an injury. Nope, I guess it's okay, the offensive lineman. But the only drama left right now, when you get a chance to have a shutout in any era, especially today where points are scored so many times.
Townley comes out.
The play was over. Unsportsmanlike conduct. Defense number 18. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
To the 25-yard line.
Number 18's first unsportsmanlike of the game.
And Townley's out and Jake Wilson is in. I think it's something the bench saw right away. They took him out right away.
Exactly, and I think James will have a long talk with him on that play. Now the ball's at the 25-yard line. But again, trying to get that shutout is very, very important to a defense. You don't get that many opportunities to do this, so I'm sure all the guys, all the defensive guys on the sideline are rooting like crazy to get a stop on Maryland.
Edwards is under center. It'll be Littleton right side and taken down off the edge. Jake Wilson stormed in there that time. They got a yard to the 24 at 2nd and 9. Mulva's down there. We mentioned Wilson already. Well, the Zariah Fisher story is amazing. The fact that he's out there right now, amazing. That's a testimony to him.
And a lot of people really don't realize, but in college or pro, all that rehab work that you've got to do every day after an injury to get back out there.
Littleton spins, and that's not his game to the 25, and he lost a yard on the play. It's going to be 3rd down and 10.
Well, that's pretty good game tackling that time.
Yeah. So 3rd down after that loss. All right, they'll send Jones and Felton to the near side. Littleton to the right on 3rd down of 10. Edwards in the shotgun. Edwards goes back, rolls right, gets away from pressure. He'll keep it and go. He's a good runner to the 20, inside the 20, and taken down by Dominic DeLuca at the 17-yard line. It's 4th down and 2.
And that's what the Penn State defense did not allow the entire game.
Yeah.
The quarterback to get outside of containment, make a play with his legs. They've been very disciplined all game long. It sets up the 4th down and 2. And Penn State defense trying to hang on here and not give up a score at the end of this game.
Rodney McGraw comes in the game for Penn State, replacing Mulba. 4th and 2. Henby's back in the game at running back. At the 17 of Penn State, Edwards looks to the sideline, and they're going to call a timeout.
And the fans have gotten into it now about the fact of trying to keep this shutout at 30-0. And Maryland, on that 4th down play, decided to call a timeout. I am surprised they bring in their starting running back on this 4th down play with 3:46 left to go in the game.
Well, 30-0 Penn State with 3:46 to play.
Yeah, in the rushing yards, they got a number of these yards on his last drive. They have 59 total yards rushing for Maryland in this game. So, like I said, a majority of that was right here in this last drive for Maryland. And James Franklin thought he was just offense to be out there and finish off this game. Well, he fumbled the snap, and now giving Maryland an opportunity.
So 4th and 2 at the Penn State 17-yard line. Wind is kicking up here. Temperatures are starting to fall.
A lot of the regulars have come down here near the line of scrimmage to urge this defense on to keep that shutout.
They'll go with the pistol. Edwards takes the snap. They go inside and hit, and he's short. He didn't get there.
He fumbled the ball.
He fumbled the ball. Penn State's around it anyway, and the Nittany Lions are going to get the football.
And his sideline is going crazy right now as the guys that are in the game come to the sideline. And you talk about that the whole team rooting them on to make sure they got this 4th down play.
Edwards is down.
Oh, you don't want Billy Edwards down. Don't want any player down. Billy is, every time Jack and I have watched Billy Edwards play this year, we've always commented, he is a good player.
It was that extra effort trying to stretch the ball.
Yeah.
I mean, he was really close, and then the extra effort trying to stretch it, they punched it out.
Yep.
Yeah, when he came in a game, I think against Indiana, when Tyler Laveau got hurt.
Yep.
He did an outstanding job of running that read option. He's in fact, he cannot put any weight on his leg as he's being helped off the field. But he's a talented quarterback, and with college football, where the quarterbacks run with the ball so much and they're part of the running game, you need to have depth at that quarterback position. And this is going to hurt the Maryland football team going down the stretch.
I was handed a note, but I just don't feel I should read it.
This is really important for all the fans out there right now. It is 47 degrees. The wind from the west-southwest at 10 miles an hour, but it could be gusting to 23.
It's really not that bad down here.
But again, I think it's important I know my place. Tank left side, and is going to be taken out for a loss back at the 14-yard line.
He almost fumbled.
I know. Christian Bayer is still the quarterback. And Tyler Holsworth's going to come in.
Yeah, James Franklin coaching from the start to the finish. He had Christian Veyer going over at the center, making sure they get their snaps off on the sideline to make sure they don't turn this ball over. And I think that's a big reason Holsworth is in right now.
I'll tell you, you're around practice, you're a big Holsworth guy. He always works hard. I'll tell you, another guy down the road is Emil Davis. But Holsworth's getting his chance here. And Christian Vayer's doing a great job looking at that play clock. It's down to 2. He snaps it. It's going to be Holsworth to his left through the hole, 15, and out to the 20, 21-yard line. Again, that's what he does.
Yeah, he does a great job of picking his way. I mean, you can't teach that kind of stuff of a running back. Realized the hole wasn't there off the right side, bounced it back to the left side, found the soft spot, got off the field, got good yardage.
Jimmy Fitzgerald, by the way, is in at the left tackle spot. Ian Harvey is in at center. I mentioned Jimmy Chris being the right tackle. Let's see. Make sure we got everybody in the game. So from the 21-yard line, 3rd down and 5. With 2:08 left. Veyer wants to throw. He throws. Holsworth's got it. Turns upfield. First down over the 25 to the 27, 28-yard line. And now, well, the Maryland players getting into it a little bit with one of the offensive linemen, Drew Shelton. So that ought to do it. They should be able to just run 3 plays and get to the driest room in the stadium, their locker room.
Well, Holsworth is a nice player. I mean,
he is.
He runs the ball well. I mean, obviously you can catch the ball coming out of the backfield and end up getting the first down and run a couple more plays here with 1:32 left to go.
And up the middle, lowers the shoulder and gets it out to about the 29. Gets 1 second down and 9. Let's see. I think the only offensive lineman we haven't mentioned that's out there right now is Sam Siafa. 76, the right guard. Shelton's now going to come out of the game. They've got Fitzgerald comes in for him.
What a solid job Sheldon has done the last couple of weeks. Obviously, you're coming replacing an offensive lineman who's going to be one outstanding offensive lineman in college football, and just played with it himself. Did a great job of protection. Good on the running game as well. And
Holsworth, right side to the 30. Tyler to the 35-yard line and rolled down there. He got 7 on the play to bring up a 3rd down and 3. But that should be it. They don't have to snap it again. They don't have to snap it again. Nittany Lion football team going to go back-to-back weeks, outscoring the opposition 75-14.
And this was a very impressive win from the beginning of the football game. You talk about setting the tone. Well, the defense set the tone initially on the opening drive, 3 and out, great field position for the offense. They scored, and then they won this game going away.
Penn State buries Maryland. They shut them out. The final 30-0 as the Nittany Lions go to 8-2 on the season. We'll come back with more in a moment. Today's game presented by our good friends at Penn State's Smeal College of Business. Thank you, Penn State Smeal College of Business, for your great support of Penn State athletics. 30-0 the final, 8-2 on the year. This is Penn State football from Learfield.
Another season of women's and men's college sports is underway. Follow your alma mater or favorite team in their pursuit of the prestigious Learfield Directory.